Bismillah. If there are any questions here, we'll try to take them. And before we get started, inshallah ta'ala, don't forget about the 29th of this month, the last Thursday, adoption in light of Quran and Hadith on HadithDisciple.shop.com. Also check out our other websites and social media platforms, HadithDisciple.com for free books and articles. Our eBay store, Hadith_Disciple, in which you can buy tea, Hadith gear, books, and many, many other exclusive things as well. Bidnillahi ta'ala. And also those who have personal questions or need counseling or therapy or wish to have private personal time in which they don't have to wait in line with a limited period of time or sporadic times, we've provided a full list of Islamic services. And you can find those services on HadithDiscipleshop.com. Counseling, tutoring, marriage, divorce, all types of Islamic services, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Advice, going through problems, mental issues, spiritual issues, whatever service that a normal traditional imam offers in person, we offer them online, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And you can find them at HadithDiscipleshop.com. Wa jazakumullahu khairan. Idris.
Are the terms mahar and sadaq synonymous?
Mahar and sadaq, in general, synonymous. The problem, though, comes when people translate them and they say dowry. Now, it's not an English lesson, but dowry, in actuality, obviously you have the Queen's English, the Queen, don't say rahimahullah, even though some may have said that, some muftis or qadis, but Sheikh, don't let me catch you slipping, Allah have mercy on her, let me catch you slipping. The Queen's English, obviously dowry is the exact opposite in English. Even in an American dictionary, yes. It's the gift that what? The woman and her family brings to the groom. This piece of land was a part of what? Her dowry. I would not give it up. This province, past this river, so on and so forth. So be mindful of the terminology that you use. Wallahu ta'ala alam. And perhaps there's some times or issues in which one can have more of a specific meaning. But in general, what? They can be interchanged, right? Now, that could be a long discussion with regards to what words were used in the Quranic text. Naam. Tayyib. Faddal.
In the scenario that you mentioned in regards to where the marriage isn't yet confirmed and the second brother comes in and the girl's family agrees to marry the second brother that came in, is he sinful in that case if the marriage wasn't fully agreed upon?
La, as we said, unless they accept it. Ijaba. And what's meant by ijaba? Ijaba doesn't mean everything is fully agreed upon, but the girl says, khalas. The father says, anta maqbool. You are accepted. Right? Inshallah, you and Fatima will what? You'll work it out, inshallah ta'ala. There's no need to look for anybody else. Right? Or anything else. They invite you in another room into the house. Here is like the basic guest room. Right? Then they take you into another sitting area, right? Or they give you another type of cup of tea or coffee. Or the sister shows herself to you, mathalan. Or the next time you come over, right? She comes down the steps and she's not what? She's not wearing hijab. Versus the first time or the second time that you met her, she was wearing hijab, then she showed you what she looked like. But now this time you came over, she came down the steps, what? Wearing a dress, henna, gold, whatever the case may be. You got to see what? Everything flowing. You get it? She's smiling and blushing. She serves you at the table. You get what I'm trying to say? The mother is sitting on the other side of the room or behind a curtain smiling. MashaAllah, my son-in-law is so handsome. Look at that smile. MashaAllah. You understand? Ijaba, right? Well, and that doesn't mean that every single aspect or detail of the marriage is what? Fully worked out and planned out. Don't get lost, Naveed, huh? Don't get lost, huh? Khairan, inshallah. Fadal.
Is terms like such as Jumu'ah Mubarak and Nikah Mubarak permissible?
There's nothing wrong with asking Allah's blessing for Jumu'ah or for Nikah or anything else. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Fadal.
There's hadith.
No questions about the Khawarij or Takfir. Inshallah. Tonight on the live stream. After hours, mumkin. Not on the live stream, no.
Regards to the hadith that I saw that it said like on Wednesdays during the prayer of Duha and Asr, there's some of excess of dua. So with regards to that hadith, is it like sound?
On Wednesdays,
Yeah, on Wednesdays between Duha and Asr. If you want, I can check out that hadith and show you.
Allahu alam. There are different times mentioned in authentic hadiths, Fajr and Isha. You understand? Angels descending, ascending, so on and so forth. Wednesdays, during that time specifically, Allahu alam.
Is Qarin Adab al-Mufrad Hassan by
Allahu alam. You understand or not? What's important is, as I said, the answer should be clear, right? If you want to read between the lines, okay? There are many times in the authentic hadiths in which there are special virtues and special blessings between prayers, between this time, so on and so forth. As far as that time, that specific day, that specific hadith, I say what? Next question. Fadl.
Is it closer to the sunnah to say Bismillah before every single bite, or?
No, you say Bismillah before the beginning of the meal, inshallah. Wallahu alam. Sheikh.
Sheikh, with reference to the hadith on both sides of the marriage party agreeing to that there should be no mahar. If it's done on one side only, for example, you want to get married to someone and the party agrees that there should be no mahar, is that acceptable?
The mahar is the haqq of the woman. And she should ask for something. Even if she has no desire for the money, she just wants the brother, ask for something. Something tangible. Something tangible, yes. She can do whatever she wants with it afterwards. Give me, okay, I don't want anything. Give me $100 and I'll give it in sadaqah. Mathalan. Wallahu alam. The problem is coming in the oppression of the woman. If the woman doesn't want anything and she says anything, that's no problem. But the problem comes in, you're going to marry him without, that's her haqq. Or the father taking all of it. Mathalan. Usurping her, that's the problem. Wallahu alam.
So during khula, like she has to give everything back. If this is like example, you have house, cars, money, everything.
Scholars of Islam, they differ on is it lawful for a man to take back more than what he gave her. Some say yes, some say no. The best thing to do is not to take from her more than you gave her. And many people may say that's unfair. What's important is if a woman wants the khula and she has the need or the reason for that khula and the husband refuses to divorce unless she ransoms herself, then she pays whatever they agree on. But the best thing is not to take more than what he gave her. As far as house, car, that the only thing that she gives is what they agree upon. And the default of what they're going to agree on is the mahar. As far as the nafaqah and this gift and that gift, that's not included in the mahar. Unless that's the price that he names. And she says, no problem. You understand? But obviously a lot of that is unethical. Wallahu alam. Question from online.
Initials AA Toronto, Ontario, Slam Ship. What's the best way to tell a non-Muslim coworker I won't be attending his wedding?
Best way on telling a non-Muslim coworker that you won't attend his wedding. Attend the wedding. If that's your coworker, go to the wedding. You don't have to sit there the whole time. You don't have to dance, take pictures. You can just go there, show your face, eat some cake, give him a shake, congratulations, see you in 2 months at the job. You know, it was nice knowing you. Make a joke. You understand? We know you won't be able to hang out with us, مثلا, because he is your what? Co-worker. And if you hate and your wala and your bra is so strong, then in most cases you're not even going to what? Have that kafir as your, that you're sitting with every day, riding with every day, drinking coffee with, passing, so on. To get the point I'm trying to make, similar to the Christmas thing, remember? Saying Merry Christmas, right? Somebody that you work with. The point is that if you can attend the wedding, which will be a means of da'wah, inshallah, that's the point. You attend the wedding, treading carefully. How many Muslim Islamic weddings are there that have tons of haram stuff there? Huh? Is this not the case? Tons of bid'ah, daif hadiths, let alone sing it, blah, blah, whatever they're doing. Tabarruj, filthy tabarruj. Plain, open, public women uncovered. Dialed up, perfumed up, high heels, in plain public view. Right? With no shyness whatsoever. No shyness. You come to the wedding, this uncle, this father, beard, sheikh, they don't care. Tabarruj. Huh? So if it's an issue of you can't go to the wedding because it's a kafir wedding or it's haram stuff there, etc., then you wouldn't go to what? 9 out of 10 Muslim weddings, you what? You wouldn't attend. So the moral of the story is try your best to tread carefully. Make an excuse, tell them whatever, you know, I don't drink. You already know that, Frank. At the job, we don't drink. You guys have a Christmas party, blah, blah, I don't drink. You know that already. So don't expect me to drink at your wedding. You know I don't shake women's hands, so on and so forth. But I'm happy for you as a human being. I'm happy for you as my coworker. My religion does not prohibit me from having basic human feelings. Congratulations. And you never know how that may touch his heart. Or those who see a Muslim at the wedding. Someone may ask you a question. Someone may give you a compliment on how you're dressed. Oh, Frank told me about you. You're Big Al, right? Yeah, Frank always talks about you in the house. That may soften a non-Muslim's heart. And as far as if you don't wish to do that, then you just tell them, I can't make it. Obviously, Frank is going to what? Feel some type of way afterwards. You know, I've been saving up to get married. Me and Diana, we've been saving up. My high school sweetheart, right? You couldn't even make it? We've been working all these years together. Every day we see each other, you couldn't stop by? That, in most cases, is going to leave a what? Not the best impression on Islam. Muslims, they just, have no family, they have no values, no friendship, everything's bad, everything's wrong, everybody's going to hell, they can't do nothing, they can't say anything to us, but yet and still we work in the same place and we take the same check. That's not a good what? Good representation of Islam. Wallahu alam. Don't forget, Frank, Wallahu alam. Khalas? There's no doubt. Pray with your head covered. Pray with as much modesty as you possibly can. Like we just explained. Naam? Wallahu alam.
This is R.A. from Boston, Massachusetts. Any advice on how to quit listening to music? I'm not sure how severe the sin is.
Advice on quitting listening to music? Well, when you quit anything, whether it's music or anything else, you have to have a reason. If not reasons, and your reasons have to be stronger than your desire or passion or addiction to that thing. Your reasons to stop have to trump the reasons to do. I enjoy smoking. I've been smoking my whole life. Smoking calms me down. It relaxes me. Everybody smokes. We all smoke at the job except for the Muslim guy. He doesn't smoke with us on the lunch break. But everybody and their mom smokes. Smoking is a big part of my life. I like tobacco, etc., etc., etc. But cancer, the money that it costs, my teeth, my breath. I'm addicted. I keep smoking. I'm a chain smoker. It's not good. My little kids, my little nephew and niece, my grandson, I got to put my cigarette. He asked me, Grandpa, why you smoke? I learned in school today that smoking blackens your lungs. That's going to have an effect upon him, right? His little grandson. Why do you smoke? Granddad, even though smoking is bad for you. So the reasons why I smoke I have to mentally make those reasons inferior to the reasons why I need to quit. Everyone understand this? So we talk about the psychology of an addiction, or the psychology of a majorly formed habit. The reasons to stop, to get out of it, have to grow and have to be there, clearly defined. That's step number one. So why do you need to quit music? What does music do to you or do for you? What is the ruling on music? What happens when you listen to music, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You need to have what? The reasons. Secondly, be in the night ta'ala. And before that, you seek Allah's help. Ask Allah to give you the strength to stop or to quit anything that you need to quit. And then be in the night ta'ala, take small steps. And within those small steps, you take leaps. Especially if it's something that you're addicted to, something that is a major part of your life. Oftentimes, you have to wean yourself off of that thing. And if you try it cold turkey, oftentimes you'll just break yourself. And you'll relapse sometimes harder. And it'll be harder to fight and get up again. So sometimes you have to recognize the size and the strength of an enemy. Sometimes. Right? Wallahu ta'ala alam.
I'm in London, UK. Reciting Shahada before death is a big honor. We are always taught that it won't be easy to say unless you are an excellent Muslim. I know you don't speak on personalities, but how come Saddam Hussein got to say it in his last words?
I don't know why or how Saddam Hussein got to say it in his last words, but I will say this about Saddam Hussein or anyone else. And it's not about defending him or saying that he was an angel. That's not the point. But I will give you sincere advice. Is most bad guys and villains and evildoers of our times comes from their enemies. What do we really honestly know about Saddam Hussein? A serious question. Seriously, well, what do we know about him? What do we know? The people he killed, the wars, the Kurds, the this, the that, he invaded Kuwait, blah, blah, blah. Were we there? Did we see it? Did we hear it? Rather, did trustworthy people come and tell us? And obviously a person will say, so many people saw that, bro. It's public, it's known. But to what extent? And all of the people who spoke about Saddam Hussein, 9 out of 10 were his what? Whether they were the Saudis, the Kuwaitis, whether it was Rumsfeld, Bush, etc., etc., etc. So the point I'm trying to teach you is be careful of what you accept in the news. You don't know the reality of what's exaggerated, what's a blatant lie. And it doesn't say, I'm not saying that Saddam Hussein or any other leader or person was an angel. Everyone understand this? We're not here to say that, but I'm trying to make a point. And you can apply this to this one without saying his name on the live stream. Read between the lines if you may. And you can apply it to that one and this big guy and this terrorist and this one. What do you really know about them? You don't know much, if not anything. And most of the stuff is funneled, is shaven, is whitewashed, is filtered, is sifted through, and they give you the version that they want you to have. And they tell you who they want you to believe is the bad guy. And they will never tell you how they were laying in bed with Saddam Hussein or other people. And you Google the images from the 90s, from the 80s, shaking hands, giving each other's hugs and kisses, trading gifts, laughing, joking with each other. Everybody was friends, allies, good, buddy. And then overnight, what? Evil villain. The worst person to walk on the face of the earth. Nah, we don't accept that. That's what I'll say. So we don't know for real, as far as the things that they did say about Saddam Hussein, whether they were right or wrong, exaggerated, twisted, al-muhim. Allah Azza wa Jal gives His mercy to whom He wills. It isn't something which is mathematical. That's not the aqeedah of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Is that any sinner dies, he has to go to hell. Allah forgives whom He wills. Allah gives mercy to whom He wills. Allah guides whom He wills. It is not rational, mathematical, something that we can calculate and compute as human beings. This is such and such, 2 + 2 = 4, so therefore, la. Allah gives it to whom He wants to. And alhamdulillah for that. Wallahu alam.
AU, Seattle, Washington. What's the proof of what is wajib for women to wear? Because some people say it's okay for women to wear pants.
The proof for what a woman must wear is the text of the Quran and Sunnah. And the ulama of Islam looking into those texts, those verses, those hadiths, extracting, deducing, and systemizing, canonizing the conditions, the do's and the don'ts based off of those sources. Like anything else, what's the proof that you have to do this in your prayer? What are the conditions for a valid Hajj? What are the conditions for a valid? Kada. What is impermissible, etc. From the text. So I would advise you to study, and we have classes on this. You can find them on the channel. The conditions of hijab and what proofs are behind those conditions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best.
IE, Damascus, Syria, the Euphrates River is almost dry. What other minor signs are left to occur? We live in an evil world. Would you be surprised if we see the Mahdi in our lifetime?
May Allah forgive us all and protect us all and allow us to have a good ending and a firm ending. Ameen. Only Allah knows what remains, how long this world remains. We don't know. But we are very careful in what we say, whether it's the Euphrates River drying up, the Tigris drying up, this and that. We be mindful. And there are many different signs, which are from the minor signs that scholars have been speaking on for years now. The disappearance of knowledge, etc., etc., the abundance of alcohol and the consumption of alcohol. Now, how long have people been drinking alcohol, Abdul? In abundance. How many bars here in South Richmond Hill, Ozone Park, Liberty Avenue? A little or countless. Every store you go to, every supermarket, Coors Light, Amstel, right? Sam Adams, right? Heineken, Guinness, and all types of stuff. You can't walk outside the Master of the Seven, you find a liquor bottle. E&J, Hennessy, Cognac, everywhere you go. So the point is that there are so many different small signs of the hour that have been around for what? Very long time. So we should not feel doomed and give up and just defeat ourselves. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And Allah surely knows best.
SD, Palembang, Indonesia. What if a girl hides offers from several men at once and agrees to the best man she believes? Is she sinful?
A woman who hides the offers and takes the best suitor. No, she's not sinful. Like we said, it's fair game, open game. A woman can and should pick the best suitor. And it doesn't just have to be first come, first serve. We never said that. But we clearly stated, and this once again, Muhammad proves that we did not fully understand what? The lesson. We did not fully understand the lesson. A person offering, sitting, liking, thinking is not the same as ijaba, we said. I will marry you. Done. We are going to get married. The father says it's over. Stop looking. It's good. Khalas. That's not the same as today we have a meeting with Fulan. Next week, Brother Fulan is coming over. I don't know about him. He's okay. He's nice. He's kind of cute, but I want to keep looking. We clearly what? Clearly stated that. So a woman, she can investigate and search for as many men as she feels needed and pick what? The best. That's not haram. Wallahu ta'ala alam. We'll stop here tonight. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وجزاكم الله خيرا.
Long live the king.